Finding a client is one thing, being the first one to reach out is another. How can you make sure that whenever you have time sensitive deals, you can be the first one to connect to close that sale? Today, you have three options. If you're buying a property, you're probably refreshing listings, you get alerts to track that, or you're buying leads from a lead gen agency who's going to charge you for every appointment that they book on your behalf, or you're going to connect and pay for a subscription to a software to have access to these leads. But what happens in practice is that you spend so much time tracking those alerts, you're buying leads from companies who are only interested in giving you as many appointments as possible, or you're paying for a software to which thousands of other people have access to, so you end up competing for the same leads, which makes it a lot harder. Today, if your business is still alive, you probably have your own recipe that you've created, and this is great. The downside of it is that your business probably relies on it. It's very hard to delegate it. And this is not very viable in the long term if you want to hand over your business, if you want to delegate that process. This is why a client of mine reached out in Florida to help him automate completely his outreach process. And I'm going to show you how. This client is a restoration company who's interested in connecting with homeowners who had property damages such as mold, floods, fires. And today, the way he works in practice is that he's listening to alerting systems. He's spending time on different websites to collect those contact information, and then he's trying to call them, he's trying to email them, and so on. This means that every day he's spending so many hours trying to get 10 leads, and this is not viable. He's on his phone all the time. He cannot delegate that because it's core to his business. It's a very competitive space. So he was trying to find a way to automate this because he could not bear it anymore. And this is what I did in 3 steps. The first one, I set up an alerting system that would automatically inform him whenever there are leads that he's interested in. The second is I connected to different skip tracing platforms, data platforms to collect all the emails, phone numbers that he's interested in. And finally, I emailed all of these people on his behalf so that all he had to do was to monitor his CRM to identify where the different leads were standing in the pipeline, whether leads had responded, et cetera, et cetera. This was a game changer for him because today, instead of reaching out to 10 leads and spending the entire day doing this, it's happening all automatically and he can connect with 50 leads a day. So again, if you have your own method or secret recipe, however you want to call it, there's probably a way to automate it. The beauty of automating it is that you can free up some of your time to fix the areas of your business. You can delegate the task more easily while keeping a close eye on how the performance of your pipeline is evolving.